Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see how to pass account ID and as well as contact ID of the Experience Cloud user whenever they initiate messaging for web session. Let's say I'm an Experience Cloud user. I go to the Experience Cloud site and then I'm initiating the messaging session so that I can chat with an human agent to get some help, or it may be an agent force agent or Einstein bot. If you have a requirement where you wanted to pass the account ID and the contact ID of the user to the messaging session object so that you can build some flows to do the business process from the flow. If you have this requirement, you can make use of this video as a reference. The first step is we have to create three custom fields. One is to get the user ID, next to get the account ID, and the last one is to get the contact ID. So in the messaging session object, create three fields: one to get contact ID, account ID, and user ID. Okay, so I have created three fields. Next, I have to configure custom parameter, and then I have to do custom parameter mapping on the messaging channel. So this is the messaging channel which I created for my messaging for web implementation. Here I created a custom parameter with the parameter name user space ID, API name and the channel variable name is user underscore ID, and the data type is string, maximum length 18. Next, I have done the parameter mappings for this custom parameter which I have created, and in the flow I have created an input variable with the name user ID, no space. So this is the omni-channel flow. Here I created an input variable with the API name user ID, there is no space or underscore, and it is case sensitive, so make sure you are using the flow variable name here. So the channel mapping is done, the messaging channel is active. Next, in the embedded service deployment, I enabled pre-chat. I didn't add any pre-chat field, but I added hidden pre-chat field. So here I have added that user ID which we created as the custom parameter. So this is added here. Once it is saved, make sure you publish the embedded service deployment so that the latest changes are applied. Next, this is the omni-channel flow which is referred here in this omni-channel flow routing in the messaging channel. Here first what I'm doing is I'm getting the user ID. Using that, I'm fetching the user record. Next, I'm updating the messaging session with the user ID which is passed from the custom parameter. Next, for the contact ID, I'm passing it from the user which is fetched from this get records. And for the account ID, same, from the user which is fetched from this get records, I'm using the account ID from that user record. Next, I'm routing it to a queue. So here it updates three fields: account ID, contact ID, and user ID. Now I have to pass the user ID whenever the messaging for web session is initiated, so that the user ID will be passed, and then the omni-channel flow will fetch the user record. It will then update the messaging session record with the user ID, and from the user ID I was able to get the user record. So from the user record I will be able to get the account and contact IDs. So those values will be updated on the messaging session. Okay, in order to pass the user ID, first go to security and privacy and in the content security policy CSP, make sure you are setting the value as relaxed CSP, permit access to inline scripts and allowed hosts. Once this is done, go to advanced, click edit head markup, and here you have to add this script. You can get the code snippet from this blog post. So here what I'm doing is I'm adding an event listener for embedded messaging ready. This event will be fired whenever the messaging for web session is initiated. So as an end user, if I click this chat icon, I should be able to initiate messaging for web session. So this event will be fired when I do that. So whenever this is fired, I am getting the user ID using this expression. From the object type .currentUser.id, I am able to get the user ID using a simple console.log statement. I am making sure whether the user ID is passed or not. Next, using embedded service underscore bootstrap .prechat API .set hidden prechat fields method, I am passing the user ID. So this is the custom parameter value I am passing. Once it is passed, it will pass that value to the flow user ID variable, and the flow will do the rest. Let's test it. So let me log in into my Experience Cloud as an Experience Cloud site user. So now itself it would have fired, and this is the user ID which will be passed. I don't have any messaging sessions as of now. So now I'm going to initiate messaging for web session. Let's see. I'm able to see the contact ID, user ID, and account ID. Let's go to the record. This is the record. So I'm able to see this is the user ID that was passed. The flow updated, fetched the user record and then updated contact ID, account ID, and also it populated the user ID from the past user ID value. Please check the video description. In the video description, I have shared my blog post. From the blog post, you should be able to get the JavaScript code which was referenced in this video for your reference. I hope it was helpful. Thank you for watching.